It was meant to be a simple cleanup. Just a weekend at my late mother's house. Dust, boxes, silence. But silence has a strange habit of whispering things you're not meant to hear. The basement door was locked. It always had been. Even when she fell ill, she never took the key off that chain around her neck. When I found it tucked inside her jewelry box, I almost put it back. Almost. The smell hit fast, metal, sweat, and rot, followed by a faint sound. Too soft, too human to ignore. When I flicked on the light, I froze. A boy, no older than 10, sat chained to the wall. Thin, pale. His wrists were rubbed raw. He looked up at me as if he'd been waiting. Then, in a voice that didn't belong in this world, he whispered, "Uncle." The word drilled into my skull. I told myself I'd misheard. Shock, maybe. But when I asked who he was, his reply came slow, measured, like something he'd practiced for years. "She said you'd come. Said I shouldn't scream when I saw you." "She?" I asked. He hesitated, then said her name, my mother's. The floor seemed to tilt beneath me. Everyone had called her a saint, a nurse who healed, prayed, smiled, and gave more than she ever had. But the boy before me didn't look saved. He looked possessed. "Where are your parents?" I asked. His eyes welled, but no tears fell. "She said they went to heaven because I was bad." Something inside me tore quietly, not loud enough for him to hear, but deep enough to never mend. I didn't call the police right away. I should have, but I needed to understand. I took photos, searched her study, old medical files, prescriptions, patient lists. One folder stood out, her handwriting across the top. Ethan, ongoing care. No last name, no address, just doses, dates, and behavioral notes like a lab report. He still asks for his mother. Must reinforce conditioning. New sedative effective. Reduce daylight exposure. Every line peeled another layer off the woman I thought I knew. The mother who raised me was gone, replaced by obsession, control, and madness. At night, I replayed her words in my head. How she'd always said love meant obedience. I used to think that was faith. Now I knew it was her law. And that boy, he was her final experiment. Quietly, I ran a DNA test. A swab from him, a strand of her hair from an old brush. When the results came back, I read them twice. Then again. He wasn't a stranger. He was my brother's son. The same brother who vanished 15 years ago. The same brother she said left to start a new life. I went back to the basement and sat across from the boy. "Do you remember your father?" I asked. He shook his head. "She said he tried to hurt me. Said you did too." I handed him the test results. He couldn't read them, but he saw my face, and for the first time, he looked afraid. Not of her, of me, because I was everything she taught him to fear. That night, I buried her photo albums, every smiling picture, every Sunday dress. Gone. The police took the boy. There were questions, reports, cameras. They called her a monster disguised as mercy. But I didn't feel justice. Not yet. That came later, when I opened my brother's old voicemail backups. One hidden file. Her voice. Calm. Sweet. Commanding. "Don't fight it, Michael. He belongs here. God wanted him with me." That was the night she killed him. And kept his son. I didn't send the recording to the police. I sent it to the press. Her church, her foundation, her name, all burned in the headlines. I didn't watch the coverage. I just sat on the porch of that decaying house and listened to what she left behind. Silence. The state placed Ethan with a foster family. He barely remembers. Maybe that's a mercy. Sometimes he sends drawings, sunlight, trees, no chains. I never write back. He doesn't need another ghost haunting his story. As for me, I kept one thing from that basement, the key. Small, rusted, still warm the day I locked the door forever. She'd spent her life preaching redemption. But not everyone deserves heaven. Some deserve to be remembered exactly as they were. In the dark, where truth finally breathes. And for the first time in years, so do I. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe to Cheating Stories Insight World for more gripping stories.